Greetings to all. Welcome to VMware Admin Training Session. Srinivas here. To start with the session, I'm going to allow all participants to speak up. So whoever joined, they're allowed to speak up and during the introduction session. So let me start. So once again, welcome to VMware Administration Training Session. So before continuing, just general information about this training and what are the things. If you have any queries related to training and any support related information, you can contact Logic Labs technical team, admin team. They are happy to assist on following numbers. And you can send a mail communication to support@logiclabstech.com for any kind of query. This particular sessions, the first 3 sessions, including this demo session, first 3 sessions will be free to attend, and from 4th session onwards, the Zoom meeting link will be modified, and whoever registered, whoever enrolled this for training batch number 65, they will get a separate Zoom link to attend the session from 4th session onwards. So for session update, if you are not part of our WhatsApp group, you can go to openlogiclabstechnology.com and you can see WhatsApp group link there, and you can access WhatsApp group and try to join the WhatsApp group. If you go to WhatsApp group, let me open this and showcase. Just a moment. Hope you are able to see my screen. So just opening Zoom logiclabstechnology.com. Under logiclabstech.com, you will find the courses. As soon as you log in the logiclabstechnology.com with mail ID, you will find course details. And course details, you will find the batch number 165 VMware Administration. You can scroll down and you will find the WhatsApp link respect to batch related information. See here, this is the batch information, and it is the details when to start and what is the details. So if you want to join this course and review the course content, all this information is available, and you can click on join WhatsApp group. So please part of WhatsApp group so that you are going to get day-to-day updates, the recording session link information, and course details. All those information will be available in WhatsApp group. So if you are not part of any kind of WhatsApp group, you can send a mail communication to support@logiclabs.com, and or else you can send a mail communication to srinivas@logiclabs.com. You're always welcome to send mail communication to srinivas@logiclabstech.com as well as support@logiclabstech.com. So that we support team or myself will provide complete information related to this VMware training. Any kind of payment related or any kind of issues related to accessing the recording sessions, you can send a mail communication to support@logiclabstech.com, or else if any technical related issues. For this particular batch 165, you can send a mail communication, any kind of queries looping both of us, so that one of us will definitely respond to your query and address. I'll make sure to get a response from the support team admin team. Yeah. So moving ahead, all the sessions, whatever the sessions we are going to conduct, it is a live sessions, and this live sessions will be recorded, and this records will be available for lifetime, and you are going to get an access to Graphy so that you are in a position to access these recording sessions at any time, any place. So whoever registered for this enrollment for this particular VMware administration batch, they are going to get access to the Graphie, not only the first three sessions, the complete training modules, record day-to-day recording sessions, and the note files, everything will be uploaded to this particular Graphie. Okay. So Logic Lab support team availability Monday to Saturday between 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. IST. So you can contact or you can send a WhatsApp message. If contact is not available, you can send a WhatsApp message so that they are in a position to respond to your query. Once again, happy learning. Move to the VMware administration session. So what we are going to cover as part of this training, the VMware administration. This is purely related to VMware vSphere data center virtualization. We are going to cover from 6.5 version to 7.0 version. We are going to cover complete cycle like from starting with 6.5 deployment, installation, and all those things. And then we are going to perform upgrade from 6.5 to 6.7, 6.7 to 7.0. This is purely related to VMware vSphere Data Center Virtualization session, that is ICM. This is the demo session, and what we are going to cover DCV Data Center Virtualization 6.x and 7.x, 7.1. So, and the part of this data center virtualization, we are going to cover all the topics related to, and you can review the course content. In the course content, complete information is available. What are the content? I'm going to explain here what are the topics. Before continuing, let me introduce myself. Everyone is going to introduction. So who are joined this training, I'm going to introduce myself and I'm going to ask, introduce yourself. Okay. So about myself, I'm Yela Srinivas, having 22 years of IT industry experience, and I have been working in different roles, starting from customer support executive till technical manager. So overall 15 years of experience in VMware technologies, so 3 years of experience in cloud technologies, and even I'm experienced faculty delivering the training sessions for VMware, Windows, and cloud technology. So I'm certified professional for VMware, Azure, cloud technologies. So this is all about myself. Okay. Whoever joined, okay, you can introduce yourself, you can unmute yourself and speak up. I can see you can, Nanjappa, you can unmute yourself and you can share your name and your experience. What is your expectations? You can unmute yourself, Nanjappa. Patel. Are you able to speak up? Okay. So participants who can join, they can speak up by unmuting yourself. Let me proceed with the remaining modules demonstration. So what is this training course details? As I mentioned, this is VMware vSphere Data Center Virtualization 7.0. This is the main course content which we are going to cover. To proceed to reach until 7.0, we are going to cover, start with 6.5, 6.5, 6.7, because why 6.5? Most of the enterprise environments currently running on legacy version, the 6 old versions are going to end of technical guidelines by this November 2023. So what are the environments running on old versions? They have to upgrade to 7.2. So as part of this training, we are going to concentrate more on how to perform upgrade. What are the things we are going to check? Everything we are going to cover. And why virtualization? Before going further, we are going to cover why virtualization, what is the importance of virtualization, and the type of virtualizations, bare metal architecture, hosted architecture, what is the difference between both of them, how it is going to relate with the hardware. By understanding the hardware component, we are going to understand, is it a bare metal architecture or a hosted architecture? We are going to get an example of each and every one. And we are going to discuss about virtualization vendors. Mostly we are going to discuss about VMware, but we are going to have a overview concept of what is Microsoft, what is Citrix and Nutanix and other virtualization flavors within the environment, within this uh, IT world. So we, by understanding virtualization vendors, what they are competitors, we are going to, what is the advantages of VMware, what is a compatibility versions, all those things we are going to compare with other virtualization vendors so that we are going to understand why VMware is industry leader. Okay. Coming to the virtualization, we are going to cover this hardware basics. What is the hardware basics importance? Virtualization is nothing but it is in a imaginary world. So wherein you don't understand the physical structure, physical components which are involved in the hardware, where we are going to install this virtualization layer, why we are going to concentrate more on hardware basics. Without understanding hardware parts, components, systems, we are not in a position to visualize imagine that how the virtualization world is going to in future. Okay, we are going to create a system, virtual system. Before understanding the virtual system, we need to understand what is physical system, how it look like, what are the models are available. All those things we are going to cover during hardware basics and server models. There are different types of server models are available, tower, rack, and blade architectures. Okay. So we are going to cover this Logic Labs technologies, providing hands-on practice on Dell PowerEdge rack servers. As part of this training, you are going to the live interactive session. The interactive sessions are going to present uh, on Dell PowerEdge rack servers. First thing is that it is a live session. Whatever the activity we are going to perform, it is going to be performed on a live environment, that is having a lab environment, having a Dell PowerEdge rack servers. It is a unique experience wherein to learn the modules with hands-on practice. That's what we are going to provide. This unique feature about this VMware module, the training module. So you are going to practice after this module. The lab is going to provide for 30 days. So within the 30 days, you are in a position to perform your lab uh, practice on this Dell PowerEdge rack servers. Physical live environment, live experience. There is no virtualization because virtualization is nothing but we need to work on live environment, physical servers. So we are going to provide as part of this training module, you are allowed to access the lab which are configured on Dell PowerEdge rack servers. That is the beauty of this particular training module that is providing unique feature by Logic Labs technologies. And this lab, the most important thing, this lab and this recording sessions accessible from anywhere, any location, from any device. You are going to provide, I'm going to showcase how this post module and how these sessions are going to access. I'm going to showcase few examples how it is going to be. So the lab from anywhere, from any place, only thing is that you should have an internet connection. Once you have internet connections, you are in a position to connect lab from anywhere. Okay, that is a beauty. And even recording sessions, you can access the recording session at the same time you can in a position to perform the lab by connecting to the lab environment. So You can refer and you can refresh your knowledge by reviewing the videos recording session. These recording sessions for lifetime, whoever enroll for these modules, it is recording sessions for lifetime, but the lab we are going to provide 30 days. From second week onwards, as soon as I complete the topic on this virtualization, I'm going to create ideas. I'm going to showcase how you are going to connect the environment, how you are going to practice the environment, and all those things. This is ICM concept. ICM means VMware Data Center Virtualization. ICM. What is ICM? Install, configure, manage. Install, configure, and manage. ICM for data center virtualization. This is what we are going to learn about in this module. Okay. So what we are going to do? Live installation, configuration, troubleshooting, ESXi and vCenter server version 6.5, 6.7, 7.0. Currently 6.5 and 6.7. What are the environments you are currently running on this? These environments are going to end up technical life. These two versions already end of life. So they are going to end up technical guidelines by this November or October. So every environment has to be upgraded to latest version, that is 7.0. Moving to, we are going to cover under data center virtualization. There are different components, different technical organs are going to come into picture. We are going to understand each and every technical organs, that is virtual machine, VMFS. VMFS is nothing but it as a data store and storage, how it is going to format and all those things. vSwitch is nothing but we are going to understand the physical switch, how it looks like, what are the ports, how they are going to connect, and the same way we are going to experience how the virtual switch is going to come into picture. And VDS, with distributed switch concepts are going to come in picture. We are going to experience how the network layout is going to lay down in real-time environment, and we are going to replicate the same thing in a virtualization environment. While replicating to virtualization environment, we need to explore how it looks like in physical environment so that you are in a position to experience the imagination of the virtual switch and distributed switch. And after we are going to cover the cluster features. What are the cluster features for this data center virtualization are going to come into picture? HA, DRS. HA means high availability. How we are going to provide high availability for a specific VM virtual machines? How we are going to provide high availability, and what DRS is going to perform? Distributed resource scheduler, how it is going to perform? What kind of rules we are going to create? What are the things are going to come under picture in this cluster feature? Everything we are going to discuss with a live examples, live environment examples. While explaining, you are in a position to correlate your live environment, and you can post the questions whatever the live environment having issues, so that I can try to explain how to correlate with this module and your live environment. So it is easy to understand. You are going to get live environment access, at the same time you are in position to access the lab environment. So this is an important feature which we are going to provide from the logiclabstechnologies.com. Okay. So once we understand the environment by using the 6.5 environment, we are going to completely install starting with the 6.5 installation, ESXi host installation, and thereby we are going to install vCenter server. While installing vCenter server, we are going to experience all cluster features and virtual machine related and all those things. Once this activity is done, we are going to cover the upgrade scenarios. What is the upgrade? Why we need to perform upgrade? What is the importance of upgrading? Like version. We are going to cover 6.5 starting with 6.5. We are not going to cover Safari.x. We are going to cover 6.5. We are going to cover 6.5 to 6.7, and we are going to experience 6.x to 7.0. That is the upgrade scenarios. Before upgrade scenarios, what are the uh, checks? What are the compatibility checks we have to perform? Live scenario, we are going to provide information by correlate your live environment, what are the models are available, here are they compatible or not compatible, to how to prepare a plan to perform the upgrade. Before simple, it is not an upgrade perform. We need to prepare a plan and review and execute. That is a way we are going to perform. What are the things we have to do in live environment? Everything is going to come under this upgrade scenarios. What are the tools we are going to use to perform these upgrade scenarios before performing the action? Okay, that is related to upgrade scenarios. Next one is the migration. We are in a position to some scenarios are going to come into picture from one kind of virtualization to another kind of virtualization, how to perform migration by using VMware standalone converter. By using VMware standalone converter, we are in a position to understand how the VMs can be migrated from one virtualization vendor to other virtualization vendor. What are the tools are going to come into picture? Everything we are going to experience. That is, if we have a physical to virtual migration, we are going to understand how to perform a physical system migrated to virtual system. Okay. And the most important thing is that for upgrading and all those things, what is the importance of VMware Update Manager? When we are going to use VMware Update Manager, what are the components are going to come into picture under VMware Update Manager? Baselines, how we are going to download the patches, how we are going to import ESXi host images, how we are going to download the images patches from VMware portal, what are the things are required to perform this action configure update manager. And until 6.x version, this same the patch installation and upgrade actions can be performed through update manager. The same update manager is replaced as a lifecycle manager and 7.0. So we are going to experience as part of this module, we are going to experience how to configure update manager and how we are going to configure in lifecycle manager to perform patch updates, to perform upgrade scenarios. So it is very much a crucial topic to perform upgrade because why? Because most of the enterprise environment, they have to make sure it is compliant. The environment is uh, there is no vulnerabilities, there is no bug fixer, there is no bug issues and all those things. How do you perform? So we have to understand how to perform patch management by using update manager and the lifecycle manager. Both are same. Update manager is available until 6.7. So from 7.0 onwards, it is named as Lifecycle Manager. We are going to experience configuration and perform how to perform patch update, how do we perform upgrade. Okay, we are going to experience that. And we are going to experience troubleshooting. How can we perform troubleshooting? Command line troubleshooting. What are the logs we are going to review? How we are going to connect the environment if the remote tools are not going to work? How we are going to connect? How we are going to troubleshoot? We are going to understand as part of hardware basics. We are going to understand how the physical servers, because this virtualization is nothing but it is going to work on only the physical servers. So the physical servers, if remote tools are not working, how to access the servers remotely and what are the tools we are going to use to connect the physical server by sitting in office and home and connecting the server remotely and manage that server. Okay. This is part of comes under troubleshooting, how you are going to perform remote installation. As part of this lab, you are going to access this lab sitting remotely from anywhere, and you are going to perform installation. You are in a position to perform configure and troubleshoot the issues. And at the same time, if the remote tools are working, how do we connect the remote server, remote host, and perform some command line troubleshooting? Certain times we need to depend on command line. What are the command lines? How to perform the performance and all those things. We are going to explore different troubleshooting options. On the troubleshooting options, we are going to explore purple screen of the PSOD. The purpose screen of that, what are the scenarios that is going to come into picture in the PSOD screen. So we are going to experience all these concepts in this particular module. If you have any questions, you can rise and ask, is it meeting your expectation? Or if you are looking for more information, you can send a mail communication to me. After reviewing the session and YouTube, that is free session is available. Once the session is completed, the same session will be uploaded to the YouTube and graphic site, and you can review this training module and understand what are the expectations you are going to be. And if you have any queries, you can send a mail to related to training requirements. What are the training is it going to cover or not? You can send a mail to srinivas@logiclabstech.com and CC2 support@logiclabs so that I'm in a position to respond to your query if any queries are there related to the training module. Okay, this is all course details, and course content is available in the course site and WhatsApp group, and you can review the course content and understand what are the topics we are going to cover as part of course content. This is a overview of course details which we are going to cover. Okay, any questions before continuing? Okay, how the training procedure is going to be? How the training procedure is going to be? All are live and interactive sessions. What are the live we are going to perform? Whatever the action we are going to do, we are going to perform live, and this particular session we are going to install. We are going to explain each and everything in live, and it is a kind of interactive session. We are going to coordinate with participants and who are joining. Then we are going to interact with them to explain the situation, correlate that from lab environment to the live environment, and understanding the scenarios, where to configure, how to perform, and all those things. So each session will be recorded and uploaded along with notes. We are going to perform this kind of running notes while explaining this information. Any commands are there, what are the commands, what I'm going to do. We are going to put that notes here, and we are going to save these running notes and upload along with the record session, so that the recording session will be there, and this note file you are in a position to review and for better understanding. So each session will be recorded and uploaded along with the notes. This recording session, whoever enroll for this particular module, for particular batch, whatever the record sessions and whatever the note files which are available for lifetime. So once a record session and note file is uploaded to Graphy, whoever registered for this module, they are going to access this particular note files and record session for lifetime. And this session kind of timing procedure one-to-one. Whoever join, I'm trying to coordinate with the one-to-one and coordinate with them and understand that their live environment, what is their day-to-day jobs, and try to explain their understanding so that to perform their activity, their job is easy. So that if you understand the concepts of this VMware virtualization, they can perform day-to-day jobs and they can upskill their job to next level. Who are working on from L2, they can promote L3 by performing certain activities. So these training modules can be as soon as whoever joins, who are understand this module, they are happy to easy to perform administrative tasks on from L2, L3, L4. This is a different level of sessions are available to perform day-to-day administrative tasks. So this module is capable to perform L2 role, L3 role, and L4 role as well. So it is to understand the environment in a better way so that you are in a position to perform any kind of role under VMware administration. Okay. Logic Lab Technologies provides live installation, configuration, troubleshooting, and enterprise class Dell PowerEdge rack servers. I'm going to showcase what Dell PowerEdge servers we are going to provide to you to perform your lab access. We are going to install on the same lab while delivering the session. I'm going to showcase how to perform the session, how to install, how to configure. So that same thing, you are in a position to by reviewing the record session, by reviewing the notes session, you are in a position to perform the same activity on live server, that is Dell PowerEdge track server. No one, most of the training modules, if you go to YouTube or if you are going to review any kind of training module, they are going to provide a play video or recording session or a step-by-step procedure. But you are not going to in a position to, you are not in a position to perform hands-on practice. That's where the Logic Labs technology is providing hands-on practice on real physical servers. It is not a virtual servers, it is a live physical server which you are going to access and you are going to get a hands-on practice how to navigate, where to connect, how we are going to perform. Hands-on practice is very crucial, very vital to perform day-to-day operations. Okay, and this lab is accessible 24/7, whatever the time frame we are going to provide, that is 30 days. From second week onwards, we are going to provide this lab access for every participant, each participant for 30 days to perform your practice on this lab. So if you have any issues while performing the lab, you are in a position to take a screen capture and send a mail communication to me, that is Srinivas at logiclabstech.com, so that I am in a position to explain and reply to your query. If it is possible, I can reply. If it is not possible, next session, I'm going to present the same information, whatever the error you are facing, the same thing will be discussed and resolved in live. Okay. Next one, customized training sessions are available to perform day-to-day activities. Apart from this training module, if anyone is looking for a customized training one-to-one, it is that this session is going to be having multiple members are going to join. So multiple members are going to review and understand. So if you have any customized environment wherein you need to understand, you need to perform a upgrade activity from the basic to what is the plan we need to perform, how do we perform. If you want anything special package kind of thing, customized training module can be provided. For this customized training module, if you have any requirement, you can send a mail communication to support@logiclabstech.com, CC to me, so that we are going to review your requirement and we are going to approach and we are going to check the feasibility to provide that customized training. Okay. So whatever the issues, whatever the communications related to this particular training module, make sure you send a mail communication to Srinivas@logiclabstech.com, CC to support@logiclabs.com. Either one will surely respond to your query based on the query. If it is a technical related query related to training module, I'll make sure to respond. If at all, if you related to course and payment related, what are the other courses we are providing from Logic Labs Technologies, the support team, admin team is dedicated to provide response to your queries without any delay. If you are not in a position to get a response for VMware related, this particular batch related information, I'm happy to respond to your query by coordinating with support admin team. Okay. So this is a training procedure. Before going to move on, is there any questions? Okay. The next one is how we are going to provide, the lab environment. As part of this, we are going to provide a jump server wherein you are in a position to connect jump server. We are going to provide lab access to connect this particular jump server. Once you connect to this jump server, you are in a position to access this jump server from anywhere, so that you are in a position to perform directly access the physical servers and access the environment. So we are going to create a user ID credentials to access this particular. Once this server is connected, you are in a position to access the physical servers, that is remote management card. We have two types of hardware is available, Dell PowerEdge rack servers. We are in a position to connect this kind of physical remote access card, physical server, how we are going to access remote management card. For Dell server, how we are going to access. We are in a position to, during interactive session, one-to-one session, we are in a position to explain what are the things you have to perform in your live environment. You might have different vendors. This training module is connecting on Dell PowerEdge servers. You might have in your live environment HP servers, Lenovo servers, or Cisco servers. What are the servers? We are going to try to correlate. You are going to try to correlate how to configure, how to perform all those things. I'm going to log in the server. So you are in a position to perform. As soon as you access this environment, you are in a position to perform hands-on practice. So you are going to perform the day-to-day operation, your live environment is more easy. Once this module is going to complete, you are in a position to perform day-to-day operations with more easy and more accurate. That is the module intention, to provide upscale your technical skills. Okay, so once you connect, we are in a position to connect this particular server remote console, how we are going to power on, power off the server remotely, and how we are going to launch this console, all those things, how we are going to perform remote installation by using this remote management card. We are in a position to connect this module and connect this remote console. By connecting to console, what are the things we are going to perform? All those things we are going to experience one by one with interactive way. So this is a way we are going to connect. This is the one of the existing lab. We completed the installation and configured. So you are going to configure how to access this particular environment. Everything we are going to provide access to the students. Okay. So that is what we have. Two kind of Dell PowerEdge rack servers are available. One is R630, one is R820. This is the way we are going to connect our lab servers remotely. This is the way how the rack looks like. What are the actions we are going to perform? You are in a position to perform. You are in a position to perform power on, connecting to BIOS, enter into the BIOS. How do we perform firmware? How do we perform BIOS update? How do we perform remote management card firmware version update? All those things we are going to see and understand. VMware administrator, what is the importance to understand this physical environment access component? Okay. As we are working on a physical server, it is our responsibility to install that data center virtualization, creating from the scratch, or we are in a position to upgrade or install ESXi host on a brand new server. How we are going to perform, what activity you are going to perform. Not only connecting remote management card, we are going to experience in this particular lab. We are allowed to you to configure the RAID controller. What is importance RAID controller? We are going to discuss about this topic in hardware basics, understanding the concepts of all hardware components, including the RAID controller. In RAID controller, what are the things we are going to do? How we are going to configure RAID 1, RAID 0, RAID 5. all those things you are going to practice. You are in a position to perform that practice by accessing this rate controller and in a position to perform all the kind of activity. And once the rate control is configured, you are ready to start with installation. How we are going to mount? We are going to connect remotely to the physical server. How I can perform remote installation? You are going to download that ISO image. You are in a position to map that ISO image and start the installation. Start the installation on a physical server. Okay, once you practice, once you experience this environment, you are whatever the day-to-day operation, you are understanding why I'm doing this activity, what is the necessity to perform this kind of activity. You are going to get experience. You may sometimes you may not get option to perform installation on live environment. You are not allowed to perform, but you have a lab access 30 days. At any time of time, you can access and you can practice. While doing the practice, you will come to an understanding what is the importance for each and every step. So once ESXi host is completed, we are in a position to install vCenter server installation. In vCenter server installation, we are in a position to configure what are the factors we need to consider to perform vCenter server installation. That is vSphere server. What is the requirement? How do we perform installation? What are the components required, pre-requirements to perform vCenter server installation? All those things we are going to understand by and interactive session, and then we are going to start installation. This installation also live. It is not a recorded play. We are going to start each and every step one by one. How do we perform? And we are going to note what are the important point is going to come into picture. We are going to mention the point here and proceed further. So that running notes will be there at the same time record whatever this live session is going to conduct here, you are going to join. For example, you are not in a position to join session due to some reason, wherein you are in a position to perform, review the recording session and cover that particular recording session with easy, so that you are in a position to perform and continue next session without any disturbance. That is the beauty of this particular live session importance. So this is a vCenter server installation where we are going to perform. And what are the components we are going to cover? Once vCenter server we are going to install, what is the things we are going to cover as part of this training module? Cluster features. That is the most important thing, how we are going to protect the virtual machine. Virtual machine is nothing but we are going to load operating system and a critical application might be running on the virtual machine without downtime. How to protect that VM? What are the features are available to minimize the downtime, to avoid the downtime? So we are going to cover the cluster features, HA and DRS. So and EVC, enhanced vMotion compatibility, when it is going to come into picture, why it is important. All those things we are going to experience cluster features by creating a cluster, by creating a virtual machines, by creating a ESXi host, we are going to experience this particular HA and DRS. In this HA and DRS, we are going to cover what is the importance of how this migration is going to happen. That is, vMotion is going to come into picture. We are going to understand what is the concepts of vMotion. Without vMotion, HADRS is not going to work. We are going to configure, but to perform that action, the background process we need to understand. So that if you understand the background process, what are the errors you are going to get in live environment, you are in a position to understand, perform that activity with easy. Okay. So next, once vCenter server, this cluster features and all those things, we are going to cover, as I mentioned, vCenter is done with the 6.5. We are going to understand that update manager. How do we perform update manager, upgrade, and all those things? We are going to see that. So P2B, V2V migration, physical to virtual, virtual to virtual. We are going to use standalone converter By using VMware standalone converter, we are going to perform a server, a live server from one location to another location, another virtualization location by using standalone converter. This is migration. How we physical to virtual migration, how virtual to virtual migration is going to happen. This is we are going to perform as part of P2V, V2V migration concepts. Next, the importance of this module is once we understand this concept of 6.5, we are in a position to upgrade from one version to a next version. Why it is because important, most of the environments currently running on 6.5, 6.7 or 7.0. So now what are the environments, enterprise environments running on 6.5, 6.7? As the products are end of life, there is an option, there is a requirement, huge requirement to fulfill, to perform the upgrade activity. So how do we perform upgrade activity to 7.0 or 8.0? What are the factors we need to consider to perform this activity? How we are going to install updates? How we are going to perform upgrade? By using update manager. Update manager is until 6.7. The same update manager is replaced as a lifecycle manager with some additional features, and it is available lifecycle manager. We are going to discuss, we are going to explore the configuration and perform the update and upgrade under lifecycle manager. Where as soon as we upgrade the environment from 6.7 to 7.0, we are going to experience 7.0 environment, and at the same time we are going to experience lifecycle manager as well. Okay, by using this, we are in a position to perform, create a baseline and all those things. What is the necessity of creating baseline and what is the necessity of performing upgrade? What are the factors we need to consider to perform update and update manager and lifecycle manager? Everything we are going to discuss live, and you are going to practice hands-on. You are going to perform update ESXi host. You are going to perform upgrade of ESXi host, vCenter server upgrade. All those things you are going to perform by understanding the live sessions. Okay. So again, once again, this lab, this whatever the Dell PowerEdge rack servers we are providing as part of this training module will be available for 30 days from the second week onwards. This initial 5 days, it is a theory. Most of the theory topic is going to cover. Once theory topic is done, from the 6th day onwards, you are going to get a lab access. From that means second week onwards, you are going to get lab access. As soon as your IDs gets created, from that day, you are in a position to access the lab for 30 days, 24/7. Okay. So this is the upgrade vCenter server. What is the stages are going to come into picture from 6.x to 7.4? What are the actions we are going to perform? Everything we are going to discuss. This is all about the demo session. So if we have any questions, you can raise. You are allowed to speak. You can ask your questions understanding this demo session. In this session, if you are not in a position to ask, later some members are going to review this on YouTube. Support team is going to upload this particular demo session in YouTube, and first 3 sessions. These 3 sessions will be available in YouTube as mentioned here. These 3 sessions, first 3 sessions will be uploaded to YouTube. So you can record, you can review the sessions, and if we have any questions, any related questions after reviewing this lab demo session in YouTube, first 3 sessions, if we have any questions related to queries, where this topic is going to cover, or I need a more clarity on how to access the lab and how we are going to make the payment. Any queries related to this batch, VMware admin batch, that is batch number 165, you can send a mail communication to srinivas@logiclab.com. This mail ID I'm going to share in chat window so that you are in a position to send mail communication. And along with this, you can send a mail CC to support. So what are the queries related to this particular module? Either myself or the admin team are in a position to respond to your queries without any delay. Okay, so please review this session and understand the concepts, and you can come back at any point of time. Okay, any questions, please? You are allowed to unmute yourself and speak up if you have any questions, or you can raise hand and speak up, or you can put a message in the chat window. I'm in a position to explain. Okay, then, if no questions, we are good to close this session. See you tomorrow. Have a great day. Happy learning. Thank you all.